After all these years, Konami has finally done it. You're probably asking yourself, what do I mean by that? Well, if you guys remember watching the Yu-Gi-Oh 5D's anime, you will know that in the very first season, or actually rather, the second half of the first season, you will know that there were a series of cards that were seen in the anime but never got released to the public, that many people would say that were too broken for Edison format. But the question is, what kind of cards are they? They are known as the Dark Tuner monsters. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, wait a minute, Dark Tuners. We already have Dark Tuners like Junk Synchron and this and that and this and that. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about are what I'm talking about are the Dark Tuners that were used by the Dark Sun, or rather, not just the Dark Signers, but also the servants of the Dark Signers in the 5D's anime. So I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to get straight into it. Because honestly, this is something that we have been wanting to see for a long time. It's been, oh my god, I want to say almost 2 decades, actually. About what? We're in what, 2026 now? I want to say 18 years, I want to say. I want to say it's been about 18 years, I believe. Almost, yeah. I want to say it's been about 18 years since these Dark Tuners have, were seen in that anime. Um but if you don't know, when the Dark Tuners were used as material for a synchro summon, the Dark Signers and their servants would always use this chant. When dark overlaps with dark, the doors of the underworld will be opened to a world without light. So that was basically the chant. The chant to go to the synchro summon of a dark synchro, and I cannot wait to see, to find out what these cards are capable of. So let's get down to it, and we are going to kick things off with Dark Tuner Catastrophe. Yeah, so these are the Dark Tuners that I am talking about right here. Extremely great, like, just, these cards are nuts. The artwork is nutty. Let's see here. Dark Tuner Catastrophe is an 8-star Dark Fiend tuner with 0 attack and defense, and the first effect, actually both of its effects, are once per turn. The first effect reads, you can reveal this card in your hand, and immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon a Dark Tuner monster. Second effect reads, once per turn, if you control this normal summon or set card, you contribute this face-up card and a face-up non-tuner with a lower level, and if you do, special summon a synchro from your extra deck with a level equal to the difference between those monsters' levels, which is treated as a synchro summon. Then you can destroy one card your opponent controls. So, interestingly enough, if you have, let's say, this card plus I'll say a level 10. Let's just say that. I believe the rule is that you can summon a level 2 synchro, I believe, which could help you summon out, help summon out Formula Synchron. Um, Funny enough, I believe you can use this card in decks like Stardust, Red Dragon Archfiend, because of the fact that the deck is mostly like fires and darks, so it's pretty decent actually. But it's really cool because normally when you synchro summon, it's you summon a synchro monster with a level that is equal to the combined levels of the monsters they used for its summon. So for Stardust Dragon, you would need like a level 7 and a level 1, or a level 6 and a level 2, a level 5 and a level 3, or a level or two level 4s, which is pretty crazy. But when you summon Stardust, I believe you can do I think you can do, what is it? I believe I think a level 6 and a level, or sorry, a level 4 and a level 12, I believe. Which would be one thing. I think with Dark Tuner Catastroke, I think you can use that card to summon out cards like Formula Synchron. You can summon Junk Warrior, not Junk Warrior. Um, there are some cards, but I don't think this card is ever going to be used that much compared to the next one that I'm going to talk about. Just because of the fact that the levels are a little bit different, and so so again, because it's the difference, you would have to summon out a synchro monster with a lower level. I believe is the ruling. I could be wrong, but I think that's the case. But I will say that it's awesome to finally see these dark tuner monsters finally get printed, because we never thought we would ever going to see them, and it's awesome that Konami is finally printing these cards from the anime that never got to see the light of day, including cards like Orichalco's Sword of Sealing. These cards like Curry Bandit, which was first seen in printing wise anyway. Printing wise, it was first seen in Dragons of Legend 1. Um, what else? The Seal of Orichalcos, which was printing wise was first seen in the Legendary Collection 3 set. Um, so it's awesome. It's awesome that Konami is finally doing this as a way to save Yu-Gi-Oh, because let's be real, there's a reason why a lot of people, myself included, prefer to play older formats rather than modern Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's mostly because it's not because of the fact that you're able to play banned cards, banned cards, like Heavy Storm and Trap Does Shoot and Royal Oppression and whatnot. But it's because of the fact that with older formats, like Go format, Edison format, uh, half format, redo format, um, there's more interaction for both players rather than rather than duels being a one-sided match, if you will. So what I mean by that, by it being a one-sided match, is if you win, or rather if you lose the die roll and your opponent chooses, opts to go first, even if you open with a Mulch Army and you use it, your opponent can just ash it. they can negate all of your hand traps, and when you draw for turn, they basically get the opportunity to loop your hand back into back into the back into the deck, and now you have nothing. And now you have nothing, and you just end up going into game two, and you still end up losing in game two, which is not fun. It's not fun. That's basically what I meant. And these dark tuners, my opinion, I feel like that these cards could have been pretty useful in Edison, because of the fact that because of the fact that it's an easy way to summon out Black Rose Dragon and whatnot, which obviously could nuke the entire board, which is cracked. Um, but yeah, I think thinking on it, I think honestly, I don't think this card's gonna be as played as much. But it's definitely going to be interesting, to say the very least. But that brings us to the other card, to the other Dark Tuner, and it is known as Dark Tuner Nightmare Hand. Which I'm assuming this one might end up being one of the more powerful monsters of the two, but we will just have to wait and find out, which we will right now, because it is a 10-star Dark Warrior tuner with 0 attack and defense, and the first or sorry both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: you can reveal this card in your hand. Immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon a Dark Tuner. If this card is normal summon, you can special summon a level 2 or lower monster from your hand. And then it has a third effect, which I didn't notice, which says once per turn, if you control this normal summon or set card, you contribute this face-up card and a face-up non-tuner with a lower level. And if you do, special summon a synchro monster from your extra deck with a level equal to the difference between those monsters' levels, which is treated as a synchro summon. Okay, so here's the thing, right? With Catastrophe, because that it's a level 8, if you have a level 4 non-tuner, you get to summon out a level 4 synchro. If you have a level if you have let's say, for example, a level 6 non-tuner, you can automatically go into a level 2. So hypothetically speaking, yes, decks like Red Dragon Archfiend and Stardust, and I think Ursartix, even though the Ursartix never saw much play at all ever, those decks can definitely be useful with if Catastrophe was in that deck, but was in those decks. But Nightmare Hand is 10 times more nuttier, because of the fact that you're able to summon out a level 2 non-tuner, and that basically gives you a level 8 synchro. So this card is definitely gonna be busted, because of the fact that this card is, again, both of these cards are one card synchro summons. I think we could be looking at a format where either one or both of these cards are going to be busted, but we'll just have to wait and see, because again, I don't think the Dark Tuners are gonna see any play. Between the two, I would probably say Nightmare Hand. I feel like, just because of the fact that of the fact that there are more level 7 and higher synchro monsters that you can use, that you can go into with that card, rather than Dark Tuner Catastrophe, because Catastrophe can only summon out lower level um synchros, which there really aren't a whole lot of them, and even if and a lot of them are 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 deck specific. Like when you think of Stardust Dragon, when you think of the Stardust decks, you think of Junk Speeder, which is like the main one that you would want to summon. When you think of Red Dragon Archfiend, you think of oh my god, what's that one? Red Rising Dragon, which can help summon out a Resonator Tuner from your grave, which can go into a level 8 synchro. So, again, it'll be interesting to see if either of these cards are going to see any play. We'll just have to wait and see. But with that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.